Emotions are adaptive signals that alert us to what matters. Nevertheless, they don't have to rule our actions. I'm going to say that again. Emotions are adaptive signals that alert us to what matters. Nevertheless, they don't have to rule our actions. Fridays are for book club. We are in a new book, y'all. Is emotional agility. Get unstuck, embrace change, and thrive in the world, in work and life by Susan David. When I say this book is getting me together, sometimes we listen to books. I like to listen to books. It's like, I need to send to someone. No, I need all of this for me. Let me give you the takeaways from intro to chapter 1. This is our new book of the month, and I just want to get into it because it's so good. So, the essence of emotional agility. Emotional agility is the ability to navigate life's challenges with emotional flexibility, not rigidity. It means acknowledging your emotions, practicing self-compassion, thoughtfully aligning actions with your values rather than reacting impulsively or suppressing feelings. The concept draws from decades of psychological research and coaching. Susan David defines emotional rigidity as being hooked by unhelpful thoughts and feelings. Emotional agility is the practice of unhooking yourself from them. So Donald Frank's quote resonates here. Between the stimulus and responses, there's a space. And in that space is our power to choose our responses. Our response lies growth and our freedom. Susan David sets the stage by contrasting emotional rigidity with emotional agility. So, emotional autopilot and hooks. Many of us operate on emotional autopilot, falling into habitual thought patterns. She calls them hooks that keep us stuck in toxic cycles. These hooks often stem from internal narrative, stories we tell ourselves about who we are and why things happen, how we react. The mistake. We assume these narratives reflect reality. They don't. Emotions are signals, not dictators. Emotions are adaptive signals that alert us to what matters. Nevertheless, they don't have to rule our actions. That's the pregnant pause for a minute. For me, I did that for. I did it. I can't even get it out. I did that for a reason. That's what I was gonna say. All right, back to learning to respond rather than react is key. Learning to respond versus react. And there's something I heard last week. When we respond, we are in control. When we react, the other person is in control. So make sure that you are responding versus reacting. All right. Psychological flexibility equals choice. Emotional agility gives us the freedom to align decisions with our values, even in stressful and emotional times. It helps us break automatic patterns, move toward our deeper goals. Summary: emotional autopilot. We often act from unconscious habitual responses. We often act from unconscious habitual responses. Thinking. Internal narratives can hook us into negative emotion, those loops. Emotional flexibility, being flexible. Being flexible with emotions is more effective than suppression or overthinking. Value aligned responses. When stressed, we can still choose outcomes based on what truly matters. Why does it matter? It begins with awareness, noticing your internal experience rather than denying it. It creates space between how you feel and how you respond, opening up better intentional choices. Excuse me. Instead of being controlled by your emotions, we learn to let them guide you, not govern you. So we don't want to be controlled by our emotions. This is when you are controlled by your emotions, a lot of times we see people crash out. They have been controlled by their emotions. Something happened and now they're just crashing out. And I get it sometimes because I've even crashed out. And I'm like, why did I do that? I was not thinking. Because when emotions are high, intelligence is low. We're not thinking clearly. That's why we need to take a pause before we say or do anything. And sometimes it's best to wait 24 hours, especially if you're angry and you up here. Give yourself 24 hours. I promise you, in 24 hours, you're not going to feel the same way. But you got to give yourself that time. So this book is very good. I can't wait to dive into it some more. And another thing that she emphasized on was journaling. Because a lot of times we have this stuff and we have so many different things just churning in our heads. We need to just release them. How do you do that? By journaling. You do that by getting your journal out. It don't have to be pretty. Nobody has to read it. It's for you to get it out. Because a lot of times we have been suppressing so many different things. And this is what causes crash outs. This is what causes these reactions versus responding. So it's good after each day, or you having a moment. I'm just going to journal about this right here. I'm just so mad. I'm so pissed off. Whatever that thing is, just get it out. The more you get it out, the better you will feel. Emotions are indicators, not dictators. They can be in the car, but don't let them drive that wheel because they might drive you up the cliff. So we don't want to do that. So good. I think I'm going to incorporate this when I do my speaking engagements to the youth, because this is where I see a lot of our teens when it comes to emotions. They don't know how to articulate them. They don't know what to do with them. They don't know how to process them. So I think this is a great way to introduce them to it and talk about it. I might do a PowerPoint or a presentation strictly on this information because it's so helpful and so needed in the times that we're in now. And school's getting started again. So I want to get in and help them as much as possible. Nevertheless, if you have a teen or a young adult you'd like for me to mentor, because I feel like that's where I am in this season, I'm open to mentorship. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.